Babe Ruth, Roger Maris, Nolan Ryan, Jackie Robinson, and Cal Ripken Jr. All were athletes who played the game of baseball, and they are well deserving of being in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Jose Canseco. They were also great athletes and great baseball players. However, they broke all of their records using performance-enhancing drugs. Today, I want you, the audience, the committee that elects these people into the Baseball Hall of Fame, I want you to think about how your vote could change history. How your vote could potentially put in somebody that cheated their way to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame. All aspects of life have rules and guidelines that need to be followed. We do this so there is a standard. Everybody has to follow it. You are the committee responsible for holding these people to this standard. I will discuss a few players today that have been voted into the Hall of Fame in the past. And I will talk about a few players that are up for nominations. And you, the committee, will have to decide if they are worthy enough to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. First, let's discuss some of the players that have been inducted in the Hall of Fame in years past. Our first player we're going to talk about is Babe Ruth. Everybody knows who Babe Ruth is. Babe Ruth played baseball from 1914 to 1935 for the New York Yankees. He played for the Boston Braves also. Some of his accomplishments include hitting 714 home runs, and he hit 60 in 1927, and he held the record for many, many years. Roger Maris broke this record in 1961 with 61 home runs, and he also held the record for many years. Babe Ruth was an amazing athlete, and he did all of these things without the need of performance-enhancing drugs. Very worthy of being in the Baseball Hall of Fame, don't you think? Now to a man who changed baseball as we know it today. He didn't use drugs to help him do it either. Jackie Robinson was the first African-American baseball player to play in the modern baseball era. He played with the Brooklyn Dodgers from 1947 to 1956. He opened the door for all African-American baseball players. He was Rookie of the Year in 1947, the first year he was playing. He was National League MVP in 1949 and selected for 6 All-Star teams. Very, very worthy of being in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Jackie Robinson was also an amazing man. He endured much ridicule just for the color of his skin, but he didn't care, and he kept playing the game that he loved. Some of his own teammates didn't even want to play with him. He did all these amazing feats and put up with all of his bigot teammates without the need of performance-enhancing drugs. 2 great athletes, wouldn't you say? Now let's talk about some athletes who cheated to achieve their accomplishments. Mark McGwire. He played baseball from 1987 to 2001. He played for 2 teams, the Oakland A's and the St. Louis Cardinals. Some of his accomplishments include the home run record. Yes, he broke Roger Maris's home run record in 1998 with 70 home runs. A great accomplishment. But he did this on account of performance-enhancing drugs. Barry Bonds later broke this record in 2001 with 73 home runs, and he also used performance-enhancing drugs. Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds were great baseball players nonetheless, but are they more deserving of having their records overshadow Babe Ruth and Roger Maris? I don't think so. They cheated They cheated at the game of baseball. We cannot sit back and allow this to happen. We have to hold them to the standard of not using drugs to help them be better at baseball. That was our home run hitters. Now let's talk about a pitcher who should be banned also. Roger Clemens played baseball from 1984 to 2007. He played for several teams during his career. He earned 7 Cy Young Awards. He has 4,672 strikeouts. And he was voted one of the greatest players of all time. But this was all before we knew that he was cheating. Roger Clemens was a great pitcher, but he was accused of using performance-enhancing drugs. Did these drugs help him become a better pitcher? Of course they did. Why else would he be taking them? He will go to trial on April 2011 in what he will have to face 6 counts of felony charges. Is this what we want to represent our Baseball Hall of Fame, a felon? I don't think so. Now that was just a few players caught cheating in our great American pastime, the game of baseball. Baseball is the heart of American sports. You, the committee, need to take a stand and vote no to any athlete who has tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. We cannot let such cheaters ruin the great name of baseball. I challenge you, the committee, not to look at just the numbers, but to look at the whole person concept. Each time you vote, ensure that all criteria is met, even all the rules. Performance-enhancing drugs do not belong in baseball. Thank you very much.